It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game,
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hurts. A short one here, caught by McBride. You look at this Jaguar defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And when those add up into big mistakes add up into points against you.
Throwing is Hurts. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Up the middle they go. Greenfield. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. The Jaguars hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
This one finds Wilson downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Hill going to go in motion right. Play action. Now Richardson.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Powering his way forward. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jags are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defenses bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and a long run there in the end to top it off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Here's Hurts to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs' 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Play action. Here's Hurts. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Jaguars will take over possession here up at the 44. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Richardson working from the gun. He finds Wilson.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 11 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme.
and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Off play action. Richardson. Left side. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. And Wilson in motion left. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Now it's Richardson.
Flushed out right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Anthony Richardson.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Jaguars have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
Still first down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Birch. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Looking to throw.
This is caught by McMillan.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.